Nairobi traffic screamed around me like the city was late for destiny. And there I sat in the back seat of an Uber, emotionally exhausted, wondering how I could be doing everything right, and still feel completely heavy inside. If you've ever journaled, meditated, worked on yourself, and still felt emotionally stuck, this story is for you. I thought healing would feel like progress every day. Instead, it felt like carrying invisible weight through a beautiful city that refused to slow down long enough for me to understand what was happening inside my own mind. Every morning that week, I woke up early. Journal open. Pen ready. I filled pages with gratitude lists, goals, reflections, affirmations, but emotionally, nothing moved. It was like trying to push a car uphill using motivational quotes. At night, I meditated on the floor beside my bed while distant city sirens echoed outside. I breathed deeply, stayed still, followed every technique correctly. Yet somehow, the heaviness stayed sitting quietly beside me. By Wednesday, frustration replaced hope. Nairobi outside my window looked alive. Construction cranes stretched into the sky. Music drifted from passing cars. Street vendors laughed loudly. That's the strange thing about emotional plateaus. You don't feel destroyed. You just feel disconnected. Like life keeps moving around you while your spirit quietly forgets how to participate. Thursday morning arrived with traffic, emails, deadlines, notifications, and one dangerous thought repeating in my head. Maybe I'm failing at healing. Around lunchtime, I sat inside a cafe in Westlands pretending to work, while secretly interrogating my emotions. Then I caught myself doing something ridiculous. I had turned healing into a performance review. Meditation completed. Journaling completed. Emotional happiness? Pending approval from management. That realization hit harder than I expected. I wasn't trying to connect with myself anymore. And honestly, that pressure was exhausting. Even replying to simple messages felt heavy. My phone buzzed constantly, but emotionally I felt like someone had switched my spirit into low battery mode. That evening, I collapsed onto my couch and stared at the ceiling fan spinning slowly overhead. I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't tired because life was impossible. I was tired because I had turned healing into maintenance instead of connection. Somewhere along the journey, I stopped asking myself what I truly needed. Instead, I kept asking what looked healthy, productive, disciplined, or impressive from the outside. Friday evening arrived with heavy Nairobi rain crashing against windows and rooftops. The city transformed instantly into chaos. I sat quietly in my apartment listening to rain hit the windows while every self-improvement routine suddenly felt emotionally empty. No motivation. No inspirational energy. Then, instead of forcing another solution, I asked myself one honest question. What do I actually need right now? And the answer surprised me. I didn't need another journal entry. I didn't need another motivational video. I needed life. Real life. Human connection. So I called a friend. No dramatic speech. No emotional breakdown. Just a simple phone call that sounded like, "Bro, you free tonight?" An hour later, I was sitting at a smoky Nyama Choma spot surrounded by laughter, football debates, sizzling meat, loud music. Somebody shouted passionately about Premier League statistics like national security depended on it. Another friend nearly spilled soda laughing. And for the first time all week, I laughed too. Not a fake polite laugh. A real laugh. The kind that escapes your body before your sadness has time to stop it. And something inside me loosened. Not instantly. Not magically. But enough to remind me that healing doesn't always happen during lonely moments of reflection. Sometimes growth happens in ordinary conversations over grilled meat, bad football opinions, loud music, and people who unknowingly remind your nervous system that life still feels safe. Driving home through Nairobi's glowing streets that night, I watched rain reflections shimmer beneath streetlights while my thoughts slowly became quieter than they'd been all week. That's when the monologue started inside my head. The kind of conversation you have with yourself when your spirit finally stops running long enough to listen. Maybe the goal isn't to feel amazing every single day, I whispered to myself while traffic lights painted red and green across the windshield. Maybe the goal is learning not to abandon yourself on difficult days. That thought settled into my chest like warmth returning after a long emotional storm. I realized I had been fighting my emotions instead of listening to them, treating sadness like an enemy instead of a signal asking for attention. Heavy emotions aren't permanent identities. They're signals. Signals that maybe you need rest, or honesty, or friendship, or joy, or simply a slower pace. The next morning, for the first time all week, I didn't rush into fixing myself. I made tea slowly and sat quietly near the window watching Nairobi wake up. No pressure. No emotional checklist. No forced positivity. Just presence. That's when I understood something important about modern life. We've become experts at performing wellness without actually feeling connected to ourselves anymore. Whether you live in Nairobi, Lagos, London, New York, or Tokyo, people everywhere are carrying invisible emotional weight behind carefully edited smiles. We're overstimulated, overworked, overconnected online, yet emotionally disconnected from ourselves in ways previous generations probably never imagined. And somewhere along the way, we started believing peace comes from becoming perfect instead of becoming present. Which one do you struggle with more, trying to be perfect or allowing yourself to simply be present? So I started making small changes instead of dramatic reinventions. Tiny rituals, slower mornings. I stopped measuring every emotion like a stock market chart. Some days feel lighter. Some days feel heavy. Neither one defines your worth. Instead of isolating myself whenever I felt emotionally low, I started reaching outward toward people who reminded me life could still feel warm. Send this video to one person who has been emotionally distant lately. I started doing things that made me feel alive again. Music during showers, evening walks, loud laughter, watching sunsets without checking my phone every 30 seconds. Slowly, life stopped feeling like a problem I needed to solve and started feeling like something I could actually participate in again. And the crazy part? Nothing dramatic changed externally. Same apartment. Same city. Same responsibilities. I finally understood that growth plateaus are not signs of failure. They're emotional waiting rooms between old versions of yourself and new ones still forming. Bamboo spends years growing roots underground before breaking through the surface. Humans are not very different from that. Sometimes your growth happens invisibly beneath the surface, while your mind keeps demanding visible proof that healing is working. If this message is reaching you during a difficult season, comment, "Still growing," below as a reminder to yourself. Looking back now, I realize that week taught me more about emotional honesty than any motivational speech ever could. Healing isn't becoming emotionally flawless. It's learning how to stay connected to yourself even when life feels emotionally complicated. And honestly, that realization removed so much pressure from my life. I stopped trying to become a perfect human being and started practicing being a present one. So if you're currently doing your best but still feeling emotionally heavy, please hear this carefully. You are not failing. Sometimes healing arrives quietly. During conversations, during laughter, during ordinary moments when your nervous system finally remembers safety again. Your breakthrough may not look dramatic. It may simply feel like breathing easier one random evening after months of emotional tension. If this story connected with you emotionally, like the video and subscribe so we can continue growing together. Don't abandon yourself just because progress feels slow. Invisible growth is still growth, even when nobody else can see it yet. Call someone. Go outside. Laugh loudly. Rest honestly. Put your phone down occasionally and reconnect with the physical world around you. Stop treating your humanity like a problem that constantly needs fixing. Some seasons are meant for surviving, not performing. The strongest people are not the ones who never struggle emotionally. They're the ones who continue showing up for life while carrying invisible weight. And maybe that's what healing truly is, not becoming someone new overnight, but slowly learning how to stay present with yourself through every version of life. So tonight, breathe deeply. Be kinder to yourself. And remember this, just because your growth feels quiet right now doesn't mean your life isn't changing beautifully beneath the surface.